Hello, I'm Jeff Wayne. I'm a comedian. One thing every comedian has in common, his or her hometown. You see this beautiful city behind me? This is Cincinnati. Unfortunately, it's not my hometown. My hometown isn't across the tracks. It was across the river. My hometown is Newport, Kentucky. Let me describe Newport, Kentucky for you. 1974, there was one tornado, 6 blocks of devastation, $25 worth of damage.
Ba-doo-ba, my hometown, oh yeah. 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 Ba-doo-ba, my hometown, like no other place, it's my hometown. Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba, my hometown, no way you could replace it, my hometown. Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, cruising down the boulevard, barbecues in my backyard, hanging out, messing around. We're still up, so come on down to my hometown. Oh yeah, my hometown. Oh yeah, my hometown. Oh yeah, my hometown.
Newport was founded in 1795 and we lost it around 1967. The city became famous around 1960 when a Saturday Evening Post article called it Sin City, USA. That's because the mob had gambling joints here, prostitution, and drugs. A great effort was made to clean up the city, and the result was we had more titty bars than any other state in the Union, more liquor stores and saloons. Across the river, the beautiful city of Cincinnati, who likes to have fun in Newport but doesn't want to be associated with it, well, they joke about us. I remember when I was a kid, they had a great joke. Keep Cincinnati clean, throw your trash in Newport. Well, as you can see, they've done their job. 438 Thornton Avenue, Newport. This is my old Kentucky home. You know, I was the first of 5 brothers. By the way, that's how I learned how to dance, waiting in line to go use the restroom. And my dad was a gambler, so we lived all over northern Kentucky. As you can tell, he wasn't a winner. However, he did pretty well to keep us at 438 Thornton for about 6 years. And actually, we had a lot of fun here, as you're going to see. Now, I'm glad to see the people that have taken over this house, which we rented, are carrying on the proud tradition of Newport. As you can tell, most of the yard is concrete, but they have 5 lawnmowers there. Now, over here lived Old Pete. Now, Old Pete was a guy about 77 years old. Old Pete would sit on this step right here and tell me stories when I was a kid about the first lady in Newport that owned an electric car. And my favorite story he would tell was when he was a kid, there was a Civil War veteran that lived around the corner, and as a kid you'd pay this guy a nickel and he'd show you where he had his ass blown off by a cannon in the Civil War. Gee, I wish I could have seen that. Now this is the famous West Side Cafe, a saloon, a hotel, and a gambling house. It was right across the parking lot from our house on 438 Thornton. My mother used to send me over here all the time to get my dad. She used to call this my dad's second home. And I'd run over and get him, and he was never in a good mood. Who can be when you're losing all the time? Well, it's a hot August day here, and we're enjoying a little beer. And we have Ken Crow here. Ken is from Kentucky, is that right, Ken?
Yes, sir, it is.
And you're not from Newport, but you've had some experiences here.
Yes, I throw a lot of darts. I hang over here a lot.
Can you tell us some of the unusual experiences or scenes that you have witnessed here in Newport?
I've seen a few fights, and I've been to girly bars. I used to bowl over here a lot, and a few fights and everything, arguing all the time over here. It's quite a little town, other than the fights and arguing, shootings and stuff, but that's Newport.
Now, you told me an interesting story about your breaks. I was wondering if you might relate this story to our viewing audience.
Yeah, I was coming home from Morning View one day, and it was kind of cold out, snowing a little bit, a little dusting on the street, and I was coming down the hill. I hit the brakes. The brakes went to the floorboard, so I pumped them and hit them. Last time, it spun around sideways on me. It kind of scared me a little bit. I got out and found out I had a broken brake line. Never had no oil, no nothing in that truck, nowhere. I've been drinking a little bit and had to take a pee. So next thing you know, I was peeing in a cup. I got underneath there, I broke that brake line. I crimped it off where it was broke at, and I peed in that master cylinder, and I made it home.
For those of you that doubt the ingenuity of the people of Kentucky, I offer that story as proof of what has made America great. Would you agree with that, Ken?
That's right. If they don't believe it, they can bring their car over. I'll break their brake line. I'll pee in it for them. Prove it.
I think we may have a whole new industry on our hands. Thank you, Ken.
You're welcome.
Ba-doo-ba, my hometown. Whoa, whoa, yeah. My hometown, my hometown.
This, of course, as you can see, is why Newport is moving ahead as a city. We have groceries and tanning salon. You can go in and get a suntan while you're shopping for your groceries. Pizza and videos, open 24 hours. So if you go get a suntan when you're buying your groceries and you're a little tired at night, hey. You can get your soul saved and your soul saved. Wayne, tell him your whole name.
Wayne Raymond Rolfe,
And tell him, where were you born and raised?
Newport, Kentucky.
And tell him, what would you say is the most outstanding feature of Newport, Kentucky?
Oh, man. That's tough. Probably Mama's Street.
And what is on Mama's Street, Wayne?
Titty bars.
How many would you say, Wayne?
Oh, there's a half a dozen now. There used to be a lot more than that. They done away with a bunch of them.
Now, why is that?
Because the tight asses around here, they can't stand to have a good time, so, you know.
Let me ask you this, Wayne. Did you ever go to a titty bar?
I frequent them a couple of times.
I noticed
Not
a little
all
sweat.
the
I
time.
noticed a little sweat coming out.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Which one was your favorite titty bar?
Probably Cocktails and Dreams.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, they're putting in an aquarium. As a red-blooded American man, would you rather see titty dancers or fish?
Titties, most definitely.
Do you think they'll strike a compromise and have a mermaid?
I doubt it.
Ba-doo-ba, my hometown. Oh, yeah. 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 Ba-doo-ba, my hometown. Like no other place, it's my hometown. Ba-doo-ba, my hometown. No way you could replace it, my hometown.
Hi, this is Jeff Wayne, and we managed to get into one of those places, well, you know what I'm talking about. And we're here with a lovely lady. Her name is?
Naomi Malone.
Naomi Malone. And Naomi, it's wrong for a gentleman to ask a lady's age. What is your weight?
I weigh 100 pounds.
Okay. What are your other dimensions?
36, 22, 34.
And that's what got you the job, huh?
Yes.
Now, how would you classify your job title?
I am an adult entertainer. I'm an exotic dancer.
An adult entertainer.
Yes.
Okay, so that means there's nothing childish about what you do.
No.
Okay, what got you interested in this profession?
First, the money. The money got me interested at first, but after I started dancing, the entertaining, the people.
Now, how did you apply for this job? Did you hear about it or just walk in?
I heard about it at first, and I was told to come here. It was a really good club to work at. And I came down and applied. I auditioned, and they hired me.
Oh, now you had audition, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you're a nice-looking lady. You should show a little bit of this right there. You got that, Daniel? And you can see right there, not this, but this. There's some leg action right there, baby. Now, let me ask you. You say there's a lot of young guys come in here, like 18 years old, and they look up at you like a goddess.
Right. They have never seen a topless woman in person. They see them in magazines all the time. Yeah. And then they come in here and they sit here at the stage. They just look up like, oh, my.
And do you ever notice them get up in like an uncomfortable position?
They go to the bathroom.
Do you feel like you did a good day's job when that happened?
I did a great day's job when that happens.
Here's something interesting. The way you dress and the things you buy, where do you buy them at, Naomi?
The Thing Shop in Newport.
So now, do you order for a catalog or do you go over there in person?
I go in person.
And do you find they have a nice array of articles for you to choose from?
Yes, they have all kinds of lingerie. They have dresses, shoes. They have anything you really want.
Hi. Nice to see you again. Now we're at the Thing Shop. Now, just take a look at what's here in the Thing Shop right in Newport, Kentucky. The Thing Shop. It's a Newport tradition. My mother used to shop here. And her mother's mother and her mother's mother before that. Can you imagine? They're starving in Africa, but here in Newport they're eating underwear. You're thinking this is, it's not, because this is actually a nose guard. You put that right over there like that and you're okay. We're interviewing some gentlemen right here in Newport right now. What is your name, sir?
Randall McIntosh.
Randall, you from Newport?
Yes, sir.
And your name is, sir?
Ray Pierce.
Ray Pierce, come on over here, buddy.
Right.
Okay. What is your name, sir?
Brian Pearson.
Say it right there.
Brian Pearson.
Okay, now these guys are all raised and born in Newport. What would you like to tell everybody about Newport?
It sucks.
You're from Newport. Let's test how good you really are.
Okay.
Do you like chili?
I love chili.
You do love chili.
Yeah, I love chili. I love chili.
Do you like chili?
Yes, I love it.
Do you like chili?
I love chili.
There you go.
I love chili.
What about chili?
Oh, I love it. Dixie.
We are now at a Newport landmark, Dixie Chili. As you can see, they're glad we're here. Now let's take a look at the different varieties of chili they grow first. Look again here. Chili plain, chili and beans, chili spaghetti, 3-way chili, 4-way chili, 4-way onion, 5-way, 6-way.
What's the trick to making those?
As you can see, they're sloppy. So as long as you get it on the plate, you're in good shape. Right? They even taste a little better when they're just a little bit sloppier.
As you can see, Dixie chili is good chili. But hey, there's so much chili here. We have other ones to examine, so we're going to get up there and check out that chili. I want some chili. I want some chili. I want to eat chili. I want some chili. I like chili. Ah, that was good chili. And we're just not whistling. There are as many churches in Newport as there are chili joints, liquor stores, and titty bars. A lot of people don't understand what's going on here. As a native Newporter, let me explain. We go to church and pray for more chili joints, more liquor stores, and more titty bars. You see this parking lot behind me? This used to be one of Newport's biggest gambling casinos, Glenn's Rendezvous. And in the heyday of the open city, 24 hours a day, this was the place to be. National performers like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Jerry Lewis appeared here. Look who's appearing here now, Newport's own Jeff Wayne. This is the Licking River. It borders the city of Newport on the west. It runs into the Ohio. Interestingly, it's one of the few rivers in the world that actually run north. Hey, how's that for an educational fact? I'll tell you one thing about the Licking River. They're never going to bottle this water and sell it. You're disabled now?
Yeah, I'm disabled. I fell in the sewer up there at 8th and Central. There was 4 guys, we were younger, I think probably 84, 85. Stepped something like that. There was a sewer lid like over there. The guy on, I think it was that corner, flew me to frisbee, and I ran down to get it because it didn't come all the way to the step. When I hit the sewer lid went out in the street and I went down.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it wasn't good. It was.
You didn't make a mistake and get up and pick up the sword lid and throw it like it was frisbee, did you?
No, because I was down the hole.
Well, listen, buddy, I want to thank you for being on our show. If you see yourself on TV, maybe you'll become a star.
I don't know about a star, but I'm on TV out. Lois Messer knows I'll ever hurt my 4 children.
Oh, that's good. Those are nice tattoos you got.
Yeah.
Now, Newport doesn't have a tattoo parlor, does it?
No, no. We need one. We need 1 or 2.
We do need 1 or 2. This is some of the wildlife that you can find in Newport. Quite common, really, here. And really, it's the only way to fly.
I've lived here for 18 years.
Right. Now, you just moved from Newport. Tell them what happened.
Somebody broke in my apartment and I left. No more. I live over in Covington now.
What did they get when they broke into your apartment?
Nothing.
Just practice? Is that what you're saying? Now, Newport has this reputation amongst towns. Even in Kentucky, they make fun of Newport. You know, as being a town with a lot of strip clubs and a lot of beer joints and fighting and rowdy people and bushy-haired people and tattoos and all that stuff, drugs. What would you like to say to everybody about Newport?
Newport ain't all that bad. I like Newport. And I blend in with the fighting and the drinking. Maybe not the drugs, but other than that, it's not too bad. She blends right in.
Well, Karen, I think you took... I think you have told us about all we need to know. And
She's a product of the environment.
yes, you're a product of the environment. You have your Marlboro's lights, and you have your Dixie chili. And is there anything else you'd like to say to the people at large?
I love chili.
Ah, we were in luck. We arrived in Newport during its annual Grand Concours d'Auto. Yes, every year people come from miles around to abandon their cars on our streets. It looks like it'll be tough picking a winner again this year. How would you describe Newport for our viewers out there?
Wild. It's a good little river town. It was a little they call it little Las Vegas there for a while, you know, and it's still got its reputation, you know.
It was called Sin City, USA.
Right.
And it was called Little Las Vegas because it had all the gambling casinos and everything. Now, what is the deal with you and Elvis?
Well, I started doing Elvis about '92. I started with a leather outfit, and but I just walked around and looked as myself, and I never tried to look like Elvis, but I could sing like him a little bit, and then finally I just started putting everything together, and then WCBG and all Elvis channel went national, and ABC News came to town in '88, and then it blossomed from that, and they did a commercial on me, and then I went from that to more outfits and started singing more and doing the impressions, you know, stuff.
Could you do a little Elvis for us today?
Let's see. Okay, let's see. Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so.
That's pretty good. That's so good you make me want to eat a jelly donut and take a Valium. A.D. Owens School. This is where I went to the 4th and 5th grades. Now, I don't know who A.D. Owens was. They never told us. Maybe he owned the most titty bars in Newport. See this right here? At this school, they have an air conditioner. The air conditioner was stolen so many times, they built this little cage around the air conditioner so the kids won't steal it anymore. That's ingenuity. Hey, let me tell you how innovative Newport really is. You see this beautiful school behind me? Well, when they decided to build the new county jail, they put it right across the street. That way, the kids go directly from school to jail. This lovely establishment in back of me, well, this used to be the Teddy Bear Hamburger Shop. It was called the Teddy Bear. Of course, now it's something different. But the reason I'm showing you this is when I was a kid, the police would come down here and order lunch and then turn on their siren to get back to the headquarters to eat their hamburgers while they're still hot. Now, there was a little scandal about it. Some people complained and they stopped doing it. But you know, I think our police knew their priorities. A hot lunch is a hot lunch. Hey, there was somebody famous born right here in Newport. And that's this guy right here, John Thompson. He was born right in that big house there. Now, John Thompson, what's he famous for? Well, he invented the Tommy gun. You know the Tommy gun? The one the gangsters all used? Well, he's the guy that invented it. By gosh, he's born right here in Newport. Now, you gotta ask yourself, what would inspire somebody to make a gun like that? Well, somebody from Newport. I'm surprised he didn't invent the atomic bomb. Well, as you know, we've discussed a lot about chili during this show. And everybody eats chili in this town. They eat the chili at the restaurants, they eat the manufactured chili, but of course, everybody has their own type of chili. So I wanted to introduce you to a chili recipe from my own mother, Eileen, who's going to tell you about her chili. So say hello to everybody, Mom.
Hello.
You've never been on camera before, have you?
No.
Okay. Except for those old porno films.
Okay.
Okay, I will hold this,
You
okay?
hold that, and I'll try
I don't
to
think you even, you're a little nervous. You didn't even hear
Yeah.
what I said.
Yes.
Why are you
Yeah,
nervous?
you called me a name, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I said, why are you nervous?
I'm nervous because I'm not used to this.
Okay, what we're going to do is, it's all right, we just have the camera. You know Dan, he's made his chili. We want you to explain, now how long have you been making chili?
I've been making chili for 45 years.
Now we're going to start with you telling these people how to make your chili. Go ahead.
Okay. I take 2 pounds of ground chuck, and I'd rather use ground chuck because you don't get all the grease. Therefore, when I put the ground chuck in the skillet, and I just take my fork and keep mashing it until I get it real crumbly. And then if there is any grease, I can drain it off. But usually you don't get that if you get the ground chuck. So then I add half a cup of bell peppers. It takes like 15 minutes.
There you go. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, look what you've learned today. You not only got to hear about the history of chili here in northern Kentucky and the great chili in Newport, but you have a recipe. Now, we're going to let you go, and we're all going to eat the chili. That's good chili. I can't find my mouth.
Ba-dooba my hometown, oh yeah. 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 Ba-dooba my hometown, like no other places.
Hey, do you know what that means? This is a blood donor center. This was once the heart of the thriving city of Newport, Kentucky. Now all the businesses are gone. And what do we have right in the center of town? A blood donor center. I'm going to try to show you some of the people that donate their blood. And you'll probably take care of yourself better than you ever have in your life. Believe me, these look like the people that need blood, not the people that you give it. Are you a resident of Newport, Kentucky?
Yeah, my name is Loud Cow. Dirty Loud Cow.
It's okay if we use this maybe for a little video?
I play the game fair. I don't never play sports dirty.
Well, I want to thank you for answering that question. How you doing today? Feeling good?
Your mom, I don't play the dozen. I don't play the game. I had to play the dozen.
Okay, buddy. Is it okay if we use this as a video?
Oh, you 100% pure ivory.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I want you to have a good time with that. What is that, vodka? That vodka. He's going to be all right.
I do anything I want to do. Vietnam veteran, Longapo Zambali.
How long you been living in Newport?
All my life.
And what would be your opinion of Newport, Kentucky?
Ouch, it's beautiful.
You like chili?
Do you like chili?
I had to be 21 before I could drink it.
Chili. Do you like chili?
Oh, I love chili.
Did you say I want some chili?
I want some chili.
We're still
Thank you, buddy.
Come on down to my hometown. Oh yeah. Ba-dooba my hometown. Oh yeah. Ba-dooba my hometown. Whoa, whoa, yeah. My hometown. My hometown.
Only in Newport. Here we are at Molly's Live Blues. Okay, as you come into Molly's, what do you see in the door? A sign, for sale, 40-gallon aquarium, tank only $30. How do I know these people are from Newport that run this club? Look at the way they spelled aquarium. That was one of my favorite songs, by the way. Aquarium, aquarium, what's it all about, algae? Aquarium, just look at that.
We're still up, so come on down to my hometown. Oh yeah.
We knew we were a city the day they put in White Castle.
Oh yeah. Ba-dooba my hometown. Whoa, whoa, yeah. My hometown. My hometown.
We're about ready to go inside and talk to the people that work in the beauty salon. You know, isn't it wonderful that in this city of Newport, there's a little place here trying to make people look beautiful, and we could use some beauty in Newport. Now, it's interesting as you approach the beauty salon that there's this wall behind you that's covered with pigeon droppings. Ugh, not very nice. But, you know, Jerusalem has the Wailing Wall, so I guess Newport has the Pigeon Wall. And I'm going to get out of here before somebody makes a deposit. This is part of a chain in Newport. No-name stores. You ready?
Go ahead.
Hey, I've been having a little beer. We've been having some fun here, and it's a hot day, but my dad will tell you the history of Newport. Dad, tell him what Newport was like in the old days.
Oh, back when the joints were wide open, and there was a crap table and a crap shoot, and the Yorkshire and the Flamingo and the Smith's Rendezvous, all which would had many gaming tables, many. And we had the Latin Quarter, which had a review of girls, and Beverly Hills, which had the best show in the nation, including Las Vegas. We had them all here. We had Ted Lewis and many others. So you can see I lived the years when this was wide open.
Were there any houses of prostitution?
Oh yes, Southgate Alley was the #1 place. That was northeast Newport. It comprised of about 3 city blocks. On both sides were houses of prostitution, and you could readily be engaged.
Was there any drinking?
Oh yes, many. Every house was local, had that available.
Do you think the mob was involved?
It was behind everything. They ruled.
And tell me, how does the new Newport stack up against the old Newport?
Well, in my mind, the old Newport was a lot better, a lot looser. Nobody ever got bothered. I was never bothered. I've heard stories about it. But this Newport is struggling to get to where that was. And they're doing a very good job of it, however.
Our viewing audience has seen characters with tattoos and long hair, beards, creatures that look like they crawled out of the Stone Age. Would they have been allowed in these casinos?
Not hardly. 90% of them was only the best of the people went in. Of course, there were about 10 bust-out joints, which didn't care how you came in, just so you had a few bucks in your pocket.
Explain for the audience what a bust-out joint is.
Well, it's one where the game of chance isn't a game of chance. You were going to lose your money. You weren't going to win. It was just a matter of time. You might win a hand or two, but then they brought the axe down and you lost what you had.
Now, you gambled in these places?
Oh, yes. Many of them, merchants, Yorkshire, but the Yorkshire was up and up. Flamingo was up and up. But the places, they had other, like the 10-12 bar and many other places.
Now, you gambled a long time. Let me ask you, did you ever win any money?
Yes, at times, but it was fleeting. The times you win can't measure up. If you keep going, you're going to be a loser.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think this is going to get in the air? Let's bet on that. Hey, Newport might be a trashy-looking city, but look at this cemetery. Isn't this beautiful? Newport may not know how to live, but they know how to die. Now, let me tell you a secret. This isn't Newport. This is Southgate, right next to Newport. You see, you may be caught dead in Newport, but nobody's going to let you be buried there.
My hometown, oh yeah, ba-doo-ba 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 my hometown, like no other place, it's my hometown, ba-doo-ba my hometown, no way you could replace it, my hometown, cruising down the boulevard.
So that's my hometown, Newport, Kentucky. That's where I grew up. To the viewers out there that think I'm taking advantage of Newport, well, let me tell you, that's Newport. And don't worry about the folks there. They can take a joke. They have to. They're from Newport. That's the end of our show. Right now, I'm going to go get some chili. I like chili. So they got rid of the gambling, they got rid of the prostitution, and they're getting rid of the titty bars. What's the result? Well, the population in Newport has declined 37.2%. Approximately 1 of every 4 families live below the poverty line. Newport has the lowest proportion of managerial, professional, or technical employees among its population of any major city in Kentucky. The economic base has deteriorated to such a degree that 3/4 of its residents have to commute to jobs outside the city. Education has declined so far that in the public high school graduated only 82 seniors in 1995 out of the 220 freshmen that entered 4 years before. The percentage of Newporters with a college bachelor's degree is lower than for every other major incorporated city in Kentucky except Shively. We have our work cut out for us. We have to beat Shively.
Whoa, whoa, yeah.